Alrighty, everyone. Hello, and welcome. Excuse me, how's everyone doing today? Happy Friday, that's right. It's the end of the week, which means it's the weekend for many people. Time for us to unwind a little bit. I know a lot of people do not have to work on the weekend, which obviously is nice, right? Certainly is nice. However, I also realize that for many of us, it's just a normal weekend, right? Nothing out of the ordinary. It is the summer, which means many of us are actually working more. That's how it used to be for me during the summertime months. I used to actually work more than when I worked during the week, the year, because I would be in school or whatever during the year. So I would try to work my ass off during the summer to make as much money as I could when I didn't have to be somewhere else, right? All right, so anyway, happy Friday. Today is August 3rd, 2018. Today, indeed, is a full streaming day. Double streams today. Hope you guys are excited for what we've got in store. Allow me to explain what we've got in store. All right, first of all, today is the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 private beta. Launched last night. Of course, all the hardcore Call of Duty streamers who literally they've been waiting, chomping at the bit for a year for this to come out, have been playing the hell out of it. The tryhards, I like to call them. Me, as you guys know, I'm certainly not like that. I'm a variety guy. I love playing a variety of games. And even though I do enjoy first-person shooters, Call of Duty, you know, amongst others on a competitive level, I certainly don't play them enough to really hold down at a competitive level. I just enjoy them more casually, right? Now, last year, with Call of Duty World War II, I actually really enjoyed the game, except I felt that Sledgehammer Games, the company that made the game, screwed it up with some really wonky, inconsistent connections, leading to some pretty bad online play results. So this year, it's Treyarch who's taking up the reins, and this is a very polarizing installment of Call of Duty, namely because it's not going to have a campaign. It's already officially been announced. There's no campaign for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. It's literally going to be online multiplayer, zombies, and a new Battle Royale mode, and that's it. That's the whole game. Now, is that enough to hold down a $60 purchase? I don't know. We're going to find out when the game comes out in October, right? But that being said, I did pre-order the game to get into this private beta. My very first taste of the game on any kind of a level, I have not, and this is the truth, I have not seen any gameplay of this game yet. None. Zero. So I'm curious, is it going to be more like the fast-paced wall-running, double-jumping, back-flipping, summoning mechs, turning into fucking robot panthers kind of horseshit that we've seen recently in the Call of Duty franchise? Or is it going to be more of a throwback classic based on regular gameplay skills rather than the twitchy gimmick bullshit that's been the past few years? All right, we're going to find out. Now, of course, World War II was nothing like that, right? World War II was a back to basics, although the game was fudged by Sledgehammer doing terribly with the online play. So, Treyarch typically does a pretty decent job whenever they release a Call of Duty, so I guess we're going to see what happens here, okay? So I'm excited. This is going to be a 4-hour stream of me checking out the beta. If this ends up being really fun and you guys like it and I have fun with it, then I consider doing this again during the beta period, which would mean, I guess, Sunday, because I'm off tomorrow. And then apparently next month, sometime in September, I'm not exactly sure on the date yet, there's also supposed to be a beta for the new Battle Royale mode, which I forget what it's called. It has a name, but I definitely would be interested in checking that out as well to see how is that going to translate into Call of Duty. It was actually funny because Kat just the other day was talking to me and was like, how are they going to do a Battle Royale mode in Call of Duty? And I was like, well, think of, PUBG only all first person, right? And with better gameplay, more responsive run-and-gun style gameplay. And I guess what you're going to do is have to find your weapons and armor rather than, have them already in your kit. You have to fucking find it around the map. And, seems like it could be an interesting concept. I don't know how well it's going to work. I guess we're going to find out. Okay. Blackout, is that what it's called? DJ Luna Eclipse says Blackout. Okay, so I guess the Battle Royale mode is going to be called Blackout. Okay. So, we'll see what happens. Today should be fun. Either way, even if I don't like this game, it should still be a fun stream. You know what I mean? To finally get my hands on the new Call of Duty. I've been craving it. If you guys remember, in World War II, I actually was doing pretty good for about a month or 2 months there. I was playing it and doing really good playing it online. A lot of the times I'd be at the top of the leaderboards, and I was having a lot of fun with it. Even though I didn't like really the online experience, I thought it was very wonky and inconsistent. So, will I do well in Black Ops 4? We'll find out, okay? Now, keep in mind, guys, one thing I have to say up front, there's been people who literally have been playing this fucking thing since it released last night. I'm not even kidding you. So I see people on Twitter, well, signing off from my 18-hour stream of Black Ops 4 to get some sleep, but I'll be back in 3 hours for more. It's like, Jesus Christ, some people are just so serious about this shit. I'm not. You guys know that. I play it for fun. I'm a variety streamer. I don't rely on one genre or one style or one IP in order to make make my popularity grow or anything. I'm just here to have fun with any game I play. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be honest with the stream and let you know what I really think about the game by the end of it, okay? Alright, so this should be fun. I don't know how I'm going to do. It could be I jump right into the game and immediately get dominated by people who've been playing the game for 13 straight fucking hours. We'll see, okay? We shall see. Alright, so tonight, I will be doing a second stream. Late stream tonight will be more Grand Theft Auto Vice City. For those of you who've been following along the playthrough, you know that I'm in the midst of all of the business missions. And really, the only two businesses I have not purchased yet are the Printworks and the taxi company. And so I have to do those missions. And plus, I am still collecting cars for Sunshine Autos. I'm about to finish the second group of cars out of 4. So we still got a ways to go. We do. We still got a pretty, big ways to go. When it comes to the fact of finishing Vice City. Because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to do every piece of the business missions. I did not do this in my first Vice City run. In my first Vice City run, I tried to rush through the game and finish it as quickly as I could. I don't want to do that this time. I actually want to see all the content of the game. So that also means when it comes to things such as the side missions you don't need to do, like the field missions where I failed trying to do them, I'm still going to do them, okay? So yeah, there is a lot coming up in Vice City tonight, and I hope that you guys will join me for a 2-hour stream later tonight. That's around 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. About 2 hours of gameplay of that coming tonight, okay? Now, tomorrow, I'm off, all right? Tomorrow, I'm not streaming, FYI, but I'll be back on Sunday, and what I play on Sunday will be determined by you, the viewers, because what I'm going to do is, over the weekend, over Saturday, I'm going to post up a poll on my Twitter asking, what would you guys like to see me play on Sunday? And the options are going to be as follows. More of the Black Ops 4 beta, Street Fighter, and what I mean by that is a 4-hour stream that I'll split between Super Turbo and Third Strike for variety's sake. That would be good, I think, right? More Vice City, or more Eternal Darkness. Those will be the 4 options. So whatever you guys vote for over the course of Saturday will be Sunday's stream, okay? And then on Monday, I'm going to do another major stream of Persona 5, and I know, here we go, grumble, grumble, grumble. My God, Phil's still playing Persona 5, and he's doing it as a mainstream. What the fuck? The bottom line is, guys, I'm trying to finish the fucking game, and I am making solid progress every single time that I play it. But if I just keep doing it, okay, if I just keep doing it as 2-hour nighttime streams, I'm never going to finish this game. It's going to be another 3 weeks, and I have to finish it. The Shenmue collection is coming up this month. And I need to get to that and finish up this shit that I'm doing now, okay? So Monday will be a 4-hour Persona 5 stream, okay? And that being said, I'm going to see how far I can get. I'm hoping maybe even by the end of this week, maybe we can finish up Persona 5, okay? Monday night, it could be more Vice City. It could be Street Fighter. It's going to depend on what Sunday was. It's going to determine Monday night, okay? And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this coming week will be a combination of all the stuff I'm trying to wrap up. Vice City, Eternal Darkness, and Persona. Trying to finish everything up. If I feel like it, maybe I'll squeeze in a stream of Battle Royale, but I'm not sure yet. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know, during the course of the week as things progress, what the concrete set schedule will be. All right. So we'll find out. I'll let you know. Okay, guys? All right. Fair enough. Okay, so thank you guys very much for all of your support. In July was one of the best streaming months I've ever had. Not the best streaming month, because both December and January of last year were really good, especially because of the holidays. Subs were half price and everything, so it was pretty crazy the amount of support I got. But July was damn good. And the thing is, guys, now that we've got new releases coming out, we got the Black Ops 4 beta now. Next week, we've got We Happy Few and Madden. We got the final season of The Walking Dead. We've got the Shenmue collection. We got Fire Pro Wrestling World, among other things I'm doing this month. I'm hoping I can bring in not only all the hardcore fans to keep watching my stuff and being supportive like you guys were in July, but I'm hoping to bring in new viewers, new viewership, new followers, new people to come and watch the new content that I put out. And this would be a month where it's going to begin. I really think that September, October is going to be huge in that regard. But really, this month would be the beginning of that, trying to get some new interest in here, okay? Now, the one thing I really want to talk about on pre-stream before we get started with the plugs and then the shout-outs for your guys' contributions is the new sub goal. As you guys can see, if you look at the top of your screens right now, we already hit the Tier 1 sub goal for this month, which was 525 subs. And I have to say, thanks to those who subbed and thanks to those who gifted subs, yes, I will publicly admit a giant portion of the fact that, we did hit the goal is because people gifted subs, okay? And I'm appreciative for that. And, some people say, well, gifted subs is artificial growth. It's not real growth because it's not necessarily someone who's going to come back and resub. These people's subs will expire, and then that'll be it. It's not going to be continuous support, right? And I understand that, but at the same time, I am still appreciative of it. I think what's going to happen is, what we're going to see moving forward, okay, is you're going to see naturally people coming in and starting to follow, starting to watch, starting to sub when new games start coming out. It's very hard to do that when you're doing downtime content to bring in someone. How many people on Twitch are searching for Simpsons Hit and Run being played? You know what I mean? How many people were looking for Jack 3 in the month of July? Probably not a lot. Hard to bring in new viewers. But how many people today will be looking for Black Ops 4? How many people next week will be looking for We Happy Few and Madden? See what I mean? And that's the difference here. And naturally, I'm just going to have organic growth as people come in to check out the new games. So, even though I wholeheartedly agree the fact that we have so many subs is really not a symptom of the channel growing right now, all right? I want to say thank you to those who made it happen, okay? It's very much appreciated, especially now, as you guys know, the horse shit going on YouTube. Any support you guys lend is greatly appreciated. We already hit the Tier 1 subs goal, which is an Indies Marathon. What that means, this fall, we're doing an Indies Marathon. It's going to happen. Okay, I haven't done an Indies Marathon. I can't even remember the last time I did. I don't even know if it was this year, quite frankly. It might have been last year. I don't even remember. So, pretty excited for an Indies Marathon coming up later this year. It should be pretty good. All right. Now, that being said, I don't know what to do for the Tier 2 subs goal because I wasn't expecting to hit the Tier 1 subs goal so quickly. And I'm open to suggestions. Some people have suggested various things. Some people have said, why doesn't Phil do an episode of Cooking with the King, live broadcast from his kitchen? There's a few reasons. Number one, Cat cooks when I'm working. So if that were to happen, what it would mean is one day I have to end a stream like an hour or 2 hours early to go down there and basically get ready to film with my phone live stream, right? Her cooking an item. I don't think it's going to be riveting content, quite frankly. It's not like we're going to be able to massively entertain you while cooking a meal. You know what I mean? Plus, it's boring. It's one thing to film for YouTube and edit the video to make it quick moving with dead time. Live streaming it, I don't think is going to be very interesting, which seems to be what people want me to do. Live stream from the kitchen, do an IRL stream. I don't think it's going to be very riveting or interesting. Okay? So I don't know there. And then number two, the fact that having to broadcast from my kitchen means that I have to now clean stuff up to make sure there's no personal information or anything around that someone could use against me. I hate to say that. I know how stupid that sounds, but that's one of the main reasons. Remember when I did the IRL stream last week? That's one of the main reasons I didn't walk around my house, because people literally will take any piece of little information they can get about me and my personal life and try to use it against me or spin it into something that's completely untrue and negative. So can you imagine, oh my God, if there was an address lying on the countertop, right? Oh, we found an address. What is it? Let's look it up on the internet. Oh my God, it's a doctor's office. Let's harass the doctor or call and make appointments on Phil's behalf. See what I mean? Like, it's as crazy as that fucking sounds. That shit happens. You see? So, so it's like, it would be such a chore to have to set up an event where I have to be like so fucking careful, right? to do anything is just so ludicrous. I didn't have to be like that. Now I do. So, that being said, it would be very tough to even do something like that, okay? So, I am looking for many, many other suggestions for a Tier 2 subs goal for this month. The subs goal is 550. Some people have said, we'll do another DSP Tries It. Well, I already owe you guys one from July. I owe you guys this episode of DSP Tries It, which I'm going to actually take my time over the course of August to sit down and try to find a good product. I don't want to just rush it with some crappy thing that's going to be a shitty video. I want to do something that may be pretty funny or interesting. And so I'm looking. I have an idea. I have one really solid idea of what I want to do for it. But I don't want to jump the gun yet. I want to wait and see if I can run into anything else that'll be more interesting for this special episode of DSP Tries It. Okay. So, I'll let you know. But, you're saying, oh, do another episode of DSP Tries It for 550 subs. Well, I already owe you one. You see what I mean? So, it's kind of tough because at this time of year, especially with the hardcore gaming season right around the corner, it's also hard for me to commit. Like, people would say, why don't you just do another Patron's Choice playthrough? Well, I could, but I've already got one on the docket. We've already got one where, starting Sunday, patrons will start nominating and voting on the next Patron's Choice game, and that's going to be played in the fall. Now I do another one. You see what I mean? Like, now I'm going to have so many patron events and so many special sub events queued up that's going to, I don't know how long I have time to do it with all the fall games that are going to be coming out. So I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. What I can tell you guys is this, and this is a good idea. Next month, so September's goals, okay, are going to be all based around Halloween. A Halloween horror game marathon, me dressing up for Halloween, and maybe even having Kat involved in some Halloween-style content, okay? I'm going to have multiple goals in September set up for subscriptions based off of a Halloween event in October. And I think that people are going to be motivated then to sub because they're going to want to see these fun events happen, okay? So that's like a gimme. That's like an easy month coming up in September, right? But this month is going to be pretty difficult. So I don't know. I'll let you guys know if I get any ideas. In the meantime, if you guys have any ideas for what the Tier 2 sub goal should be for this month, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to consider anything as long as it's, something that's viable and we can talk it out and try to figure it out together. Okay, guys? All right. All right. All right, everybody. So, thank you very much for your support. July was an amazing month. I really hope that we can make August as good. I would love to say I want August to be bigger. I do want August to be bigger than July, but I'd be satisfied with just making August as big or as good as July was, because July was such a great supportive month. So anything you guys contribute, I greatly appreciate it, all right? So how do you contribute during the streams? How do you keep me going, especially now that I have no YouTube ad revenue? Well, allow me to explain, because there are many ways that you can support me and contribute and make sure that I can keep doing this kind of fun stuff on a daily basis. The first would be to check out my Patreon and consider pledging to it over at patreon.com/DarksidePhil, okay? Please give it a look, all right? Anything that you contribute to my Patreon is appreciated, but you will earn various different levels, okay, of personal perks based off of how much you contribute. So, for example, if you pledge $5 to my Patreon, you get in on the monthly events. You'll be able to nominate and vote on games and or other things from monthly events. Right now, for people who pledged in July, they're going to be nominating and voting not only on games for the next Patron's Choice playthrough, but also on their favorite moments of my 10-year legacy, which they're going to be vote on their favorite ones, and then we're going to do a 10-year retrospective stream coming up in September, where I'm going to go through those moments on stream and react to them. How cool is that going to be, right? Really awesome. So that's really awesome that you get to do that kind of stuff when you're a patron. This month, if you pledge $5 or more, you'll be nominating and voting indie games for this upcoming Indie Games Marathon. But it's not just about that. There's many other perks, including get a private Q&A video made for yourself or whatever. Give it a look. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. Please consider pledging. Without YouTube revenue, this is one of the major ways you can contribute, okay? Number 2, there's my Teespring shop, where I sell custom merch, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, and mugs. Great quality stuff, okay? I can attest to the quality because I own a ton of it, all right? And I definitely know that if you buy something from the shop, you're going to be pleased. because I'm very pleased with all the things that I bought over the past year. You know, I got shirts now that are over a year old that haven't even faded a bit. And this Sunday night, I'll be launching, at least I'm going to try to be launching, if nothing happens, no hiccups, a 10th anniversary line of product for my Teespring shop. These have been in development all year long, and I'm very excited to finally be able to bring these to you guys, okay? So please consider checking out my Teespring shop and buying something, teespring.com/stores/DSP Gaming, and I should have more information on the 10th anniversary line of product, hopefully this Sunday night, okay? All right. Now, if you're live on the stream, guys, and you really are digging what's going on, and you want to become a part of the interactivity and the fun, and you want to get a shout-out during the stream, there's 3 ways that you can do that. If you either cheer with bits, if you subscribe to the channel, or if you tip me. If you do any of those 3 things, I'll give you a verbal shout-out during the stream. Now, keep in mind, today is a multiplayer stream, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Chances are, during the heat of a match, I may not always be able to give you guys a shout-out. Please understand that. I'll do my best to shout out when I can, and I promise you I will review all of your contributions and give you shout outs, you know, when available. But I'm not going to be able to immediately just drop everything, probably, especially in the middle of a firefight, to do a shout out for a cheer, sub, or tip, okay? So that being said, if you are seeking a shout out, there's a few criteria you should follow to ensure that you're going to get your shout out, all right? And the first is, please just be positive, all right? Please don't try to be negative. Don't bring in toxicity. Don't bring in negativity. I don't need to know about what other negative people are doing in regards to me and my content. We don't want any insults in regards to me or anyone else. Don't come in insulting other streamers, you know, bringing up negative things about other streamers and stuff like that. You know, basically very unwarranted. We don't need that kind of negative association with the streams, okay? Number 2, please don't try to derail the stream. Don't come in talking about things like religion or politics or other divisive topics that are just going to make everyone start arguing with each other. Please try to stay on topic, even though I don't require that you 100% of the time are talking about what's going on stream. Please don't completely derail stream chat to the point where no one's talking about the game, all right? See what I mean? So some general stuff that pretty much every stream on Twitch probably abides by anyway, okay? In general, if you're positive, you're having fun, you're looking to either talk with me and have some interaction or contribute or maybe just tell a joke or a reaction or whatever, you're going to be fine. But understand that this is my stream and it's subjective what I read on it. And so, you know, I may not read every single contribution, okay? Okay, moving on. If you would like a visual recognition for your contributions on stream today, you can get a nice animation to play on stream as a thank you for your contributions. How do you do that? Well, you need to either cheer 50 bits or more in a single cheer, or if you subscribe to the channel and wait a few minutes for that share button to pop up, click the share button, or if you tip me $5 or more in a single tip. Any of those 3 things, and you will get an on-screen thank you animation to play. Very much appreciated, right? Anyone who contributes at all during the streams, but this way you get both visual and verbal recognition for your contributions, because I'm still going to give you the verbal shout-out as well, okay? As you guys can see, at the top of your screen, we got the stream stats leaderboard. I will be updating this periodically during the course of today's stream with things such as the top cheerer and top tipper. In fact, I'm going to start updating it momentarily because we do have people who have contributed already on the stream, and I want to give them credit where credit is due, all right? So, yeah, not only will you get verbal and visual recognition for your contributions, in addition, you'll also make it up to the stream stats leaderboard if you're the current top cheerer or top tipper, okay? Very nice. Now, I already talked about subs. I already talked about, you know, trying to brainstorm the next sub goal. But if you subscribe to the channel today, what do you get for it immediately? Well, you're going to get access to all of my fun emotes, right? Lots of fun emotes that people like to use both in this stream chat but in other people's stream chats as well. You don't have to watch advertisements when I run them, and typically I run them 1 to 2 times during every stream. And you get the cool Chat Crown support badge to see how long of a supporter you've been, okay? Very nice. All right. Okay, now, so last but certainly not least, I have mentioned tipping during this pre-stream, and you may say, well, how do you tip? Because I know all about cheering and subbing. That's through Twitch. How do I tip, right? It sounds like something different. It is. It's through third party. It's through a PayPal page, okay? There's 2 ways you can tip me. Number 1, if you look below the stream, there's a button that says tip jar. If you click on it, it'll take you to my tips page where you can either leave an anonymous tip or you can leave your name in a message to get a shout out during the stream. Or if you don't see that button, which a lot of people don't because maybe you're watching on a mobile device. If you just type in !tip into the stream chat, okay, then it'll bring up a link. Click on that link. That'll also take you to the tips page on my PayPal, all right? If, guys, you have the choice of how you can contribute, like let's say, man, I want to contribute to Phil today. Make sure you can keep doing this. I love his streams, but what would help him the most, right? Right now, the honest answer is tipping me. Tipping me right now, get those funds right away. And these first couple of weeks of every month is when all of my bills have to clear. And since that's the case, I definitely need your help and support, guys, in order to, you know, make ends meet here. So your tips, immediately anything you tip will go towards my bills right away. And it's much appreciated, anything that you guys tip, okay? So please consider tipping. If at all you're looking to be very supportive and you want to help in the best way possible, tipping me is the way to go today, okay? All right, now let's get to shout-outs for people's contributions. First, let's scroll all the way down here. For people who contributed overnight, we start off with Infinite55, who did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Infinite55. Then from RFHC5, he cheered and he brought up something that has to do with someone who's a detractor of mine. Listen, I'm not one to bring them up, give them attention where they don't deserve it. And I'm not going to revel in any kind of disciplinary action that was taken towards someone who's basically made a living off of harassing me constantly for years. So in that regard, I just don't give a shit. But all I can say is this. It seems like Twitch actually is serious about cracking down on their rules. You know what I mean? Like, they actually are serious. When they made those changes earlier this year to their terms of service, they are seriously taking it in stride, and they're really actually enforcing these rules, even for things that people are not doing on their own site. In this particular case, I believe this is someone who constantly, on a daily basis, steals my Twitch stream and rebroadcasts it on their YouTube channel. And the only reason this person gets any kind of attention on the internet is because they constantly steal my content and basically make negative commentary over it constantly. And of course, you're going to have a certain kind of messed up in the head kind of person who likes that kind of content. I personally am not one of them, okay? And I know that you guys watching aren't either, but there are people who like that shit. And so he illegally rebroadcasts my content every day, and basically Twitch finally got wind of it and said, well, we don't want someone like you on our site. You're rebroadcasting one of our partnered streamers' content, and apparently he got banned for it. So, good riddance to bad rubbish, you know? You know what? Off to YouTube with you. Back to the toxic wastes of YouTube, where these people apparently thrive and are immune to any kind of disciplinary action. It's stupid that they are, because this guy literally steals my content every single day and rebroadcasts it on YouTube illegally, yet somehow YouTube never takes action against him. Don't ask me why. All I know is I don't care. I do my own thing. But, you know, thank God that Twitch is actually serious about enforcing their terms of service, and they recognized the toxic person and got rid of him. So, as they say, good riddance to bad rubbish. All right. The Lollipop cheered, and he says, you know, I'm very happy, but I'm a little sad now. I'm happy because your sub goals got hit, but I'm sad because a lot of it was gifted subs. It's not a bad thing, just the subs will end up dropping next month, and we want real growth, not artificial growth, because it's the same as people supporting you, and we need new people to support you to make everything okay. I hear you, Lollipop, and I already addressed this. In part, absolutely. All right, in part, I agree that, you know, is it good to get support in general? Of course. Is it good that people are stepping up and want to support me in a big way? Yes. Can I survive solely on the support of just a small group of people? No. And it's about getting more overall general support in general, and I get that. As I said, as new games start to come in, right? New games release, new games roll in, more people check out the streams. That's when that's going to happen. It's not going to happen in the middle of July when I'm playing downtime games. You know, no one's coming into my channel to watch me play Silent Hill 2 HD in the middle of July who hasn't already known who I am or doesn't already watch my content. You see what I mean? But when I start playing We Happy Few or Madden or something else this month, maybe some newcomers will come in and become new viewers and fans and supporters. See what I mean? So I'm not too worried about it. I just want to say thanks to everyone who is supportive. Currently, you know, the hardcore viewers and fans are the ones who are keeping me going right now. And like I said, July was amazing just based on the hardcore support that I got from my core fan base. Can you imagine, hopefully now with the months coming up, how much Twitch will blow up? I hope so. But we'll see. And shout out to Crazy Dream who did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Crazy Dream. Okay. So now we're going to move on to people who contributed during today's actual stream. So we're going to start updating the stream stats leaderboard, okay? Okay. First of all, Kate started off with a cheer. She said, Happy Taco Friday. Hope everything's going well. My boyfriend asked me, Kate, do you love me? Are you writing from Drake's song? And I gave a side eye. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have absolutely no idea what any of that meant. Any Drake reference is going to go directly over my head. Okay, let's continue. Kate cheered again and said, Phil, why do they keep remaking classic movies? It's annoying. Because they have no originality. They have no originality, and the originality that they have is so terrible. They're just so talentless in Hollywood these days that most of the original movies they put out fail because they're not good. And that's the problem. It's much like video games. Why do they keep rehashing the same formula? Why do we just see 500 Battle Royale games released in a year? Because there's no originality in gaming, and people want a guaranteed payoff rather than actually putting time, effort, and work into a game and coming out with something original that's going to be a hit. It's the same deal in games as it is in movies. So, well, if we just revive an old movie franchise, right? Much like, if we just revive an old game franchise, we'll get that nostalgia factor and people will go see it even if it has nothing to do with the original or it's not as good as the original or whatever, right? Why do you think they're making another Terminator movie? And this one starring Linda Hamilton for the first time in, 20 years? It's because they need to keep bringing up the same shit because they have no originality to do anything good that people will watch anymore. Pretty straightforward. Silent General did a 500-bit cheer to become today's top cheerer and says, I don't have much hope in Black Ops 4 being good. I honestly don't know anything. I really have not paid any attention whatsoever to the game when it comes to the gameplay mechanics. I don't know what mechanics are even in this. We're going to find out. I've played every major Call of Duty for the past 10 years. So we're going to see, is it the same double jumping? Is there wall running? Is there crappy, stupid gimmick shit with ridiculous weapons that are so dumb? Can you summon fucking mech panthers and drones? Or is it going to be more straightforward Call of Duty? I don't know. The game being all multiplayer, no single player is a big turnoff for a lot of people. But I think that Treyarch and Activision in particular realize that the majority of people who buy their games are just they're in it for the multiplayer. There are a group of people who buy it just for the campaign and maybe some zombies and stuff and a little bit of multiplayer. But the core fan base is just online players. So we'll see. We'll see, Silent General. Thank you for the cheer. By the way, you are the top cheerer for the day. 500 bits, you're up on the leaderboard. Fire Pro Wrestling World tipped me $81 and says, play me. So what I'm assuming here is that this is someone who really wants me to play Fire Pro Wrestling World and, Wrestling World. FPWW, Fire Pro Wrestling World. Yes, there you go. And so basically they're giving me the funds to buy the game. Well, the bottom line is I already was going to buy the game. I was already planning on getting it later this month. So thank you very much for that. And I am going to be playing that later this month. So obviously your contribution right now is paying for that. So help you very much. Holy crap. Thank you very much for the help is what I meant to say. All right, shout out to Green Machine 223 who has resubbed to the channel for the 13th month in a row. Thank you very much, Green Machine. I appreciate that. Eternal Napalm did a 50-bit cheers. Says, I heard amygdalas are a real pain in the neck. A huge headache, Kappa. Har, 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 har. Har, 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 har. It's a Bloodborne pun for those who don't get it. There you go. Third Eye the Third cheered and said, the hard shit would be standing in the kitchen and cooking the raw ingredients and interacting with chat live rather than making an edited cooking video for YouTube. Make that the tier 2 sub goal. Third Eye the Third, you apparently didn't listen to anything I said earlier on this pre-stream about how, number one, I would have to totally not stream, part of a stream that I would normally do in order to have time to do this. Number two, it would be boring because there'd be a lot of downtime in between the stuff that's going on with the recipe of cooking this live. And number three, I would totally have to redo my kitchen to make sure hide anything that could be a private piece of information that people could use against me, right? It would just be a major pain in the ass. And that's why I'm really not considering it. Mandingo tipped me $2 and said, Evo 2018, baby. I pretty much am the last person on the planet to be talking to Evo about. I really don't give a shit about it whatsoever. I do not care at all. I think that, competitive gaming when it comes to Street Fighter in particular is a farce at this point. Street Fighter V is a terrible game, I'm sorry. Even with all of its improvements over the past 2.5 years, it's still a terrible game. There's no fucking real footsies in the game. The game has no reactionary gameplay. It's pretty much just pattern play, pattern play, pattern play. The game is not good. at a competitive level, and this is coming from someone who's played every competitive Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2 released in the early 90s in arcades. I think the only reason that Street Fighter V is being pushed is because it's the only fighting game Capcom has for a long time. And so it's like, well, we play this or we play nothing and our community dies, right? But, you know, there are other valid games at EVO, like you got Dragon Ball FighterZ, you got Smash, you got other stuff that will be played at EVO that'll probably be interesting to watch. But I just don't give a shit. I never have. You know, ever since EVO started live streaming, I don't watch it. I don't care about it. You guys know I play fighting games. I play them on more of a casual level. Sometimes I'll get to a competitive level with certain games, but mostly the newer games I don't bother with it because I don't think they're even worth it. So I really don't care about EVO. For those of you who do, congratulations, enjoy. Go watch and have fun. I don't care about EVO, and you know, I'm sure people will be telling me all about it all weekend, and I'll be like, that's nice, I don't care. It's always been my attitude. I just really don't care about the competitive scene anymore. You know, when I retired from the competitive scene in like 2007, I just didn't, you know, even though with Street Fighter 4, I did enter tournaments and the like every once in a while, I never really took it serious enough. You know, we didn't really seriously take it as anything I wanted to do at a high level. For me, it's kind of a been there, done that kind of attitude. I enjoy doing what I do now way more than I ever did playing competitive Street Fighter at a high level, so. Alright. Knows Nobody did 100-bit cheer and asked which Metal Gear Solid story did I enjoy the most. Let's see. Out of all the Metal Gear Solid games, so that's Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ooh, man. I mean, that's a tough question. That's actually a pretty tough question. The stories themselves are pretty good, although some of them go off the rails. Like, Metal Gear Solid 4 is probably an amazing story, but it's so long and overblown and convoluted that even the biggest fans can get kind of, oh my god, kind of groan-worthy how drawn out that game is, right? Metal Gear Solid 5, sadly, isn't even finished. So I can't even consider that, because Metal Gear Solid 5 is an unfinished game and the story never really completed. So I can't even say Metal Gear Solid 5 at all in my considerations. I would probably say 2 or 3, but I'm certainly not a hardcore fan of the series, and so I can't really answer this like more as effectively as some other people could probably. I'll say either 2 or 3. There you go. Creamer Screamer cheered. Thank you, Creamer Screamer, for the cheer. YOLO Dopper cheered and said, looks like Twitch is more strict about enforcing terms of service, while YouTube is more relaxed. Would you say YouTube is still the Wild West? Do you think Twitch will become even more strict, where they make a culture of gamers that is really sensitive? Here's the thing. I don't think that Twitch is about making it insanely strict to the point where it becomes a bunch of, as people would say, SJW gamers. I don't think that's what it's about. I just think Twitch really wants to get rid of that negative element of people who are only here to do toxic kind of stuff, which is really what YouTube has become. If you look at the top YouTubers these days, not all of them, but some of them constantly put out toxic style content, and that's how they became popular. Logan Paul, the only reason he's popular at all on YouTube, because he's a toxic fucking guy, but the guy's so dumb he doesn't even realize it. Like, he doesn't even realize the stuff he puts out is toxic, and he doesn't know why people don't like him. That's how ignorant the guy is. But I think what Twitch is saying is we don't want that kind of crap on our site. We want people who are legitimate people into what they're doing. It's not just a money-making venture. It's not just create drama for views. We want people who are going to put out some kind of a content where not only is there value in the content, but this person realizes that when you broadcast in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people on a daily basis, you're kind of a role model. You've got to be someone who is going to be representative of morality, and not someone who's there just to insult, not someone who's there just to propagate drama for money, that instead you're actually trying to put out some kind of a quality content. Why does Twitch do that? I really feel it's because they want to bring in things like the sponsorships. They want to bring in the ad revenue. They're working on an on-demand video site, much like YouTube, where they want to say, hey, look at our Twitch where we really cleaned up things in the last year, and now our site is much better. So if you're an advertiser, right, if you're a major company who wants to advertise, come to our new on-demand video website. Screw YouTube, dump them, because their automated garbage doesn't work. Come to us, where we've already cleaned up Twitch in the last year, and we're going to have these same criteria on our new on-demand video website, right? I really feel that's why Twitch is doing it. I don't think that Twitch is trying to make this a ridiculously restrictive site where you always have to be watching your ass. But as long as you act reasonable and you don't go off the cuff and lose control of yourself and say ridiculous things that are offensive and don't steal other people's content and you're not saying toxic things to get attention from your viewers, I think you're fine, you know? And I'll be honest, when they first changed their terms of service earlier this year, I got into a little bit of a hot water with some things that I said and did. And I, you know, kind of checked myself and said, you know what? It's not that hard to not lose control. Just got to be calm and patient, right? And I've been good. And it's hilarious because people have actually tried to frame me in the past couple of months and say that I did things that I didn't do. And Twitch reviewed it and said, this is bullshit, and just ignored it, which is great. I actually feel like now I'm in a place where not only can you guys come and have a fun, safe stream and, you know, a very interesting environment for interactivity and fun gameplay, but it's, you know, it's not going to be overrun with toxicity and nonsense because I've basically adjusted my content, right, to be better in line with what Twitch wants, and I think it's for the better, quite frankly. And what it means is that now I'm protected from all that nonsense. People mass reporting me on a daily basis doesn't matter anymore because Twitch knows that I'm abiding by their rules. You know, so you can say whatever you want, lie however you want. It's not going to affect anything. You know what I mean? All right. Let's continue. King of Hypocrisy cheered. He says, since my girlfriend's name is Cat, can we start calling me Dog? No. Ziggy Piggy cheered. He says, I'm curious what kind of personal information you keep in your kitchen. Well, what you see, my social security number, my federal tax information, the codes to all of my safes, and all of the login information of all the websites, my personal bank account information. What I do is I keep it all listed right there on my kitchen countertop. So if I were to film immediately, you'd get all my information. That would be the end of everything. Identity theft out the wazoo. That's a really dumb question. Obviously, my answer is a joke. That's a really dumb question because if I told you what kind of stuff is in there, then obviously I'd be revealing stuff. So what a dumb question. All right, Ripley Atomic cheers. This is slowly becoming a regular. Good to see you again, Ripley Atomic. He says, looking forward to the game. Yeah, I am too. I'm really interested to see what exactly this game ends up being. So we're going to find out firsthand here. MTC Dude cheered and said, do you like Mixer? Mixer, in my opinion, is kind of the way too late, kind of rushing into trying to get into a fad that it's too late to make a difference. Mixer, if you guys don't know, is Microsoft's version of Twitch, where they think, oh, it's our live streaming service, right? No one uses it. The only people who use Mixer pretty much are Microsoft employees or people who are already been banned from other sites that you can stream on. Real talk. I mean, that's just what it is. It came about so late, and there's literally no benefit to using it at all. So that's Mixer for you. And I know, why would I use Mixer? It just doesn't make any sense. The place to be is Twitch, right? And then I guess you would say second place is YouTube. Okay. I got an anonymous dollar tip that says, don't mess with Logan Paul. He has tons of fans and he's a smart guy. You know what? You say whatever you want, all right, about Logan Paul. You like him, you dislike him, all right? All I know is, we all know what he did on YouTube. We know, you know, that it's not just him, but a class of people on YouTube that literally led to the ad revenue apocalypse. And people like him who keep putting up that kind of crap on YouTube are the reason why YouTube fell apart at the seams. And sadly, it's Google and YouTube that propagate that kind of toxic crap that have ruined the website, you know? So say what you want. Oh, no, he's a big fan base. He's a smart guy. I don't care. All I know is what I know from seeing the crap that we've seen from him. And I really feel that it's people like him and a lot of others who created the downfall of YouTube. And again, it should be said once again, the only reason that YouTube is still in business is because they're backed by Google and have unlimited funds. If any major competition actually stood up to them, they'd be gone. No one wants to use their website anymore. Everyone's done with that shit. We are literally all waiting with bated breath for Amazon to launch their own version so we can get the fuck off YouTube. Because we're just tired of that toxic shit. And Creamer Screamer Cheerda wants me to play the game. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will play the game. Alright? Eventually, once I get through all these shoutouts and I answer questions and the like. Okay? Mirai Misaki is asking, when will I get the email for my King of Hate account? I became a patron for July. Well, Mirai, you will be getting a message from me on Patreon.com this Sunday night I actually talked about this yesterday, but you probably weren't on stream. July patrons will be getting messages from me Sunday night on the website, patreon.com. And you're probably going to get, if you were a higher level patron, you may get multiple messages from me, okay, depending on what perks you qualify for. And it's going to tell you exactly the kind of information that I need from you to get you your perks, okay? So please keep your eyes and ears open. There you go. Eternal Napalm cheered. He said, with the extensive army of trolls and detractors that go around spreading fake lies about you, do you ever wonder if they inadvertently help promote you? Well, I mean, they do. The problem is, you know, some people say, any attention is good attention, right? Like, it doesn't matter if it's bad or good. As long as you are known, it's better than not being known. And although to some extent that is absolutely true, and I agree with that, at the same time, you know, so much nonsense is said about me on a daily basis. There's people out there who don't even know anything about me, who hate me. And I'm not just talking, you know, little old guy who just watches a video on YouTube doesn't. I'm talking content creators, big YouTubers and streamers literally know nothing actually about me. All they've heard is the negative shit, and so they hate me because they don't actually know who I am and what I do. That's not good, you know. That's not good to have an army of toxicity against you for reasons that aren't valid. You know what I mean? So even though I admit, and you see people every day, they'll say, yeah, I didn't know who the hell Phil was till I heard negative stuff about him, so I came and checked out his stuff for myself, and now I actually, you know, enjoy it. Right? Now I actually enjoy the content, because I actually gave it a legit chance, okay? And when I gave it a legit chance, it ended up being pretty good, you know? So there you go. You know, in regards to negativity and everything, sometimes it does pay off. But in general, it would sure be nice if people would not just spread the nonsense, but nothing I could do about that, right? MTC Dude cheered. He says, I want you to know I'm a true and honest DSP fan. Well, I don't know if you're serious or not, because it seems like you're doing a sarcastic cheer with that emote you used. But I welcome everyone. You don't have to be a hardcore huge fan or whatever, right? Ziggy Piggy cheered. He says, I'm kind of confused why you think my question was dumb. Normal people don't typically keep personal information they're afraid of other people seeing in their kitchens. That's false. All the time, a lot of people put stuff up on their fridges, right? And for important information about, oh, here's important contact numbers. Here's information about doctor's appointment. Here's a schedule, right? Here's a place that I frequent commonly, so I put up common information about them in the kitchen or hang it out. You know, things that you take on a daily basis, you know? There's a million things I could bring up. It's just common stuff that would be in a kitchen. So, Ziggy Piggy, you don't know what you're talking about. And yes, your question was dumb. I'm sorry, it was. Okay. I think we're done with the pre-stream, guys. I think we're done. All right. Anyone else have anything else, any questions or anything? I think what I'll do before we begin here, okay. Yellow Dobber asks, how was the Korean barbecue on Tuesday? I didn't have Korean barbecue on Tuesday. In fact, I've never had Korean barbecue. Kat and I actually have talked about having Korean barbecue. Because apparently there's one or two places around here that do it. But we've never had Korean barbecue before. Actually excited to try it out eventually one day. Okay. Let's do what I want to do before we start. I want to do a shout out to the top 10 cheer contributors for the week. Since this was a short week with my day off on Tuesday and everything, I do want to give some credit. Keep in mind, guys, that I'm not going to be here tomorrow, but I will be streaming on Sunday. That will be our last day to contribute to the weekly standings here for cheers, okay? So, in 10th place, we've got Di James. Thank you very much, Di James. In 9th place, Stinkin' Burrows. I'm clicking the wrong thing here. Hold on. Oh, there we go. In 8th place, K Jones. In 7th place, Straight Cash Homie. In 6th place, Murdoch. In 5th place, O Fizzle. In 4th place, Eternal Napalm. In 3rd place, Beware of Bob 88. In 2nd place, Creepy Spaghetti. And in 1st place, Infinite 55. Thank all of you guys for your contributions this week. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much. MTC Dude cheers. Says, what is the most secret ingredient? I have no idea what you're talking about. DJ Bruno cheered. He says, I just started working at a pharmaceutical plant, and now I am in division DSP2 in building 520. I guess, 520 LU. Well, I wonder what DSP stands. DSP actually stands for a lot of things. Digital signal processing. And I believe there's also another abbreviation that it stands for. It's funny because I believe in India, there's something to do with music or something in India called DSP. Because I still get random tweets from people who think that I have something to do with it in India. And I don't. But anyway, thanks for the cheer. And the Lord Lamb V3 just resubbed for the 3rd month in a row. Thank you very much, Lord Lamb, for the resub. I appreciate that. Let's check on sub count. We're still at 527. We haven't moved, so that's good. All right, guys. Thanks very much. It's time to start. Let's see what Black Ops 4 really is, okay? Let's find out, okay? Let's find out. DJ Bruno just cheered. He says, nah, dude, because we work with cells, I'm pretty sure we produce more DSPs to help you with your streaming. Well, there you go. All right, let's end the pre-stream, and then we'll jump into Black Ops 4. We'll see how it is. Here we go.